We have a tough question, but I'm confident we can answer it at the end of this video. Which is better as a DoorDash Dasher? Is it using earn per offer or earn by time? Two different earnings options. One, it's order by order. I can accept, I can decline as much as I want, and I'm getting paid per offer, plus tips, plus any bonus pay. And then earn by time, I'm guaranteed an active hour rate. When I've accepted the assignment to when I deliver that assignment, the active time, it can be whatever, $16, $18, $22, $24 per active hour, depending on bonuses, plus tips, albeit tips may be lower. Well, Phil's taking his first ever DoorDash Dasher earn by time shift, and he asks, is it worth it? And I want to ask you that same thing. What is the guaranteed active hourly pay going to be? You can only decline once per hour on earn by time. Tips may be lower, as mentioned, per DoorDash. Is this the better earnings mode in 2025? I'm really hoping he signed up for a shift that's at least $20 per active hour plus tips. I think that's just a good benchmark for earn by time. I'll ask you, what's the minimum then? The minimum active hourly pay that you'd sign up for, knowing tips might be lower, that's worth it in your opinion?
It currently says that my earn by active hour is going to be $12.75 plus tips.
No. Okay, Phil, it's your first time. And $12.75 per active hour. That is lower than what? The minimum that I've seen here in Pittsburgh. Our minimum is $15. Our minimum here in Pittsburgh, when earn by time first came out, was $12 and like some cents, $12.50. And then they increased it at least 3 times to now. It might vary by profile, but I see like $16 minimum active guarantee on earn by time. I would not sign up for a $12.75 per active hour shift on DoorDash. Tips are going to have to be quite high here.
Oh no, we will see. I really don't know what to expect. I don't really have much of a strategy to this. I've never done this before.
That is exactly why that you should, watching this, subscribe, because all I do is help you make money in different side hustles. Coming up on 10 years of gig work in different marketplaces, you have to have some kind of strategy. This is hopefully why you're watching this video. What is that? So yeah, the guaranteed of $12.75. How much time did that take? I can't quite see. 24 minutes? Yeah, 24 minutes. The base pay, it's a non-tipping order. The DoorDash minimum pay is $2. It was increased slightly to this $5.26. It's all base pay, non-tipping offer.
Now, my first 2 pickups, the orders have been ready. Now, when I'm doing earn by offer, it seems like I got to be waiting forever. This don't make no sense. But hey, you know what? We're going to keep these wheels a-rolling.
I mean, what's the best strategy? I've always kind of wrestled with this. The best strategy on earn by time. Yeah, you get paid on active time. You don't want to drag your feet. Delays don't hurt you as much, drive through traffic and stuff, but you kind of still want, to a degree, to take some volume, like more orders per hour, because then you at least get a chance to get more of those tips, especially on this low active hour.
This what makes it a little bit scary that there's like no tips, and it's like three.
Okay, 16 minutes. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna walk over here. 3:56, 16 minutes. I mean, time-wise, just multiply that by 4 if it's like 15 minutes for those in an hour. Not great. Non-tipping, only base pay, 3:56. See, this seems to hinge on, do you agree with this? Just the active hourly rate you sign up for, because the pay is the pay divided by, the active time. It's $12.75 divided by like the per minute rate, basically. He's gonna need some major help to get some tipping orders here. And he can only decline once again.
But the awesome news, as soon as I got to my car, DoorDash already had another order ready for me. And this says $12.75 active
here we
hour,
go.
of course.
Well, see, this is why... You don't know what I'm talking about. This is why you should subscribe right here. I've never seen this, and I feel like I've recommended this to DoorDash. How long have they had this? I haven't seen this here in Pittsburgh. If you leave the zone They give you a bonus, $2 bonus for leaving your zone. And then everything else looks per usual here. I love that incentive. And you know what? I feel like they should pay even more depending on how deep into the new zone you are. If you're pulled even like real deep into that new zone, like $1 for just kind of getting out of the zone, $2, $3 to the other end of the zone, depending on how big it is. I've never seen that. I like that. Granted, you have to make a decision from there. Do I want to stay in the new zone or switch zones? What do you think about that? I've never seen that.
This is $2 plus bonus for leaving your zone. So I thought that was pretty interesting. It says 5.3 miles and estimated time for 20 minutes, delivered by
So 20 minutes, that should be like a $4 order, unless there's a tip. So it looks like he is headed back into the zone. First of all, finding orders headed back to your zone. 32 minutes. So it took a little bit. Well, he had the add-on order there. 2 deliveries, basically $6 each, because one did have a tip on there of $3. And that zone exit bonus. Wow. That's really interesting.
So it says $12.75 active hour with a $2 plus bonus for leaving the zone. So
man, this is interesting. I've never seen this. He got another one? So did he get back into his original zone and then he got another one that pulled him away? Estimated to take 36 minutes. Pay attention to this though. It's a stacked order, 2 restaurants, 2 customers. Look at this. It's $12.75 per active hour. If it takes 36 minutes, you're getting paid, this is going to be what, $7, $6.75 for 36 minutes. But I guess that is before the incentive. So make it, let's say, $9, call it, for 36 minutes. But it's $9. Look, let's put it together. $9 for 9.5 miles. In essence, do you see? It's your active hourly. So that equates to like whatever it is, $7-ish. Plus $2, $9, and you don't even see this or maybe even think about it on the request screen. It's 9.5 miles for this entire trip. So I'll make him $9 for 36 minutes, $18 for that hour trending. That's decent, but it's $1 a mile basically.
as expected, it was ready because I waited 20-ish extra minutes there at IHOP. So
a 20-minute wait on an order that was supposed to take 36 minutes. So if that's additional time, it's now taking 56 minutes. So he'd get like $12 basically. $12 plus 2, that's $14 an hour. Because it's $12, almost the entire $12.75 active time, plus that $2 out of zone bonus, plus a hopeful customer tip. So the customer tip would have to be $3 from each customer because it's a stacked order for it to make sense. Okay, I said it was going to take 56 minutes. So there's the $12.75. Yep, exactly. $11.51 base plus that $2, plus he got the one customer tip of $2. So $15.51 for that hour at around approximately like 9 some, maybe 10 miles. Still not a great dollars to mile ratio. And frankly, even the time.
Am I even at $15 an hour? Am I even at $12 an hour? I'm just like, I have no idea.
Yeah, the frustration's kind of setting in on
I'll be surprised
this one earned by time shift.
That's why I got to hope for it. Because right now, it doesn't seem all
It's
that
at
great.
$12.75 per active hour, I'll tell you.
And I have a catering order. Interesting. I've heard of some people still get...
Oh, he's got catering on earned by time.
For me to get a catering order and not being platinum. And I am...
This should be a higher tipping offer.
From this Chick-fil-A. It is $12.75.
Because it's a larger...
$2 bonus. 10.9 miles, which is horrible. And I've been taking these type of orders like constantly.
So a $2 out of zone bonus.
I could be actually catapult me.
It's a catering run. It's going to be larger.
Hopefully it's actually more money. All right. That was a huge banger order. So we got $29.42.
Oh, there you go. So it took 30 minutes, which is in essence like you can see $6.44 plus a $2 zone exit bonus. He's getting a ton of those. $20.98 tip, making an $8.44 showing request, $29.42 for 30 minutes. I mean, listen, that's again, I help you make money in different side hustles, right? That is why I'm telling you I like the catering space in 2025. So look at different catering related side hustle and gig apps.
There's this part of me that feels like that DoorDash, no matter where you're above a certain level or below a certain level, I feel like the algorithm will kind of keep you somewhere around the same ballpark of how much you should be making an hour.
I don't think so. Do you feel like either earn by time or earn per offer regulates how much you make? I don't think so. I know it can feel like that, but I've had shifts like that are good and bad, exceptional and really bad. I mean, most of them have been pretty average, if not strong. I think it's more so, it's not the algorithm limiting what Dashers get. It's just the combination of the order volume. How busy is it? How many Dashers are online? Does there happen to be peak pay or not? I don't think it's necessarily DoorDash manipulating your profile to make sure you only make a certain amount. They're sending you what's available based on those conditions.
I have driven 118 miles. I've only made
okay. Let's take a look at the numbers from Phil here. 118 miles, $103. That is 88 cents rounded per business mile there. That is not good. And then 103.43 divided by, we're just going to round up to 6 hours of driving there. That's better. Okay, 1724 rounded per hour. That's just, total online time. I'm using the dash time. Active time is when he was on an assignment there. I think if you're watching this, anyone, if you're watching this as a dasher and you're considering earn by time, like I mentioned, it was the initial sign up rate. I don't want you to sign up for $12, $13 per active hour, because then you're like, you can't even relax. You're sitting there driving, sweating. I hopefully will get a tip. And I know tips might be less. Tips are probably going to be a lower amount as well. You need those tips. And you can't even rely on these out of zone bonuses, because that means you're driving more. Versus if you just signed up for 18, 19, 20 plus, ideally that's where you want to be, $20 plus per active hour, then you're kind of cruising. Then I'm making $20 per active hour. I still want to be busy because I need volume as well. But even if I get, let's say 30% of my customers tipping, and it's a $3.50 tip on average versus, let's say, $4.25, $4.50 on earn per offer, it's not going to be something this low. And that also improves your dollars to mile payout that I teach you here. How much am I getting paid per mile driven? It makes sense. I'm just getting more cash flow. Let's say $20 per active hour plus tips, plus any extraneous like out of zone bonuses. If I'm driving the same miles, I'm making more cash flow, but I have a little bit better margin than 80 some cents per mile. That's what I think it was here for Phil. It was his first ever earn by time shift. And I think the mistake was signing up for $12.75 per active hour, because you're going to really need basically more and more luck the lower and lower you go when you sign up for the active time pay.